Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV, Midday News, the headlines. PF aspiring President BIZWEL charges that his party failed to rebrand itself. Non-state actors annoyed with government's decision to cancel the NGOS Day commemoration. Join with the details after this commercial.
The trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
There's so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from ZAMTEL. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. ZAMTEL, your digital lifestyle partner.
We still need more players, yes, because we need to balance the team. We need to have maybe on one position 3 or 4 players.
The third Camnet Stars football trial is on. This time, Camnet Stars are looking for young, talented and skilled soccer players between the age of 18 and 20 years old. Start your lucrative football career in Europe this July. If you know you are one of Zambia's best gifted soccer players, don't waste your time. On Sunday, the 13th March 2022, there will be trials for professional soccer stars. Venue, Kablonga Boys Secondary School grounds. Time, registration 13 hours. Kick-off 14 hours. 100 kwacha non-refundable shall be paid, and your birth records must be produced upon registration. Camnet Stars, setting football standards for international market.
And now the media news in detail. Patriotic Front presidential hopeful BIZWEL has charged that the Patriotic Front has failed to rebrand itself and position the party as a credible opposition political party. And Mr. MUTALE says the fight against corruption must not be mistaken for persecutions, because it is the only way the PF will be cleared of the negative perception tag of being corrupt. Mr. MUTALE says the PF leadership has failed to recover from the unexpected election defeat that ushered into office the United Party for National Development administration. He says most of the people vying for the presidency in Zambia's largest opposition political party are recycled politicians who contribute to the disastrous performance of the former ruling party. Mr. MUTALE was speaking when he featured on Camnet's breakfast show via Zoom.
Opposition Patriotic Front, Zambia's major opposition political party's quest to rebrand continues to be overshadowed by the ongoing anti-corruption crusade, as its leaders have continued to be entangled with allegations on crimes committed during its tenure. But the party has also been entangled in internal wrangles, a move political scientists like Professor Bizek say is retrogressive and may affect the party's ability to rebrand and provide credible checks and balances.
They need to get down on the ground and say, let's reorganize ourselves. Why am I saying so? Opposition political parties are what make democracy work.
Notably, Patriotic Front aspiring President BIZWEL MUTALE feels the party has lamentably failed to rebrand itself.
That the PF has not accepted that the PF is in the opposition. And we have not accepted the current status of our party. And we still feel that we are in the ruling party based on our conduct. And also the decision that we make, it doesn't show any change. So as for that, even running it to the rebranding of the party, we are not in a state we can say we are ready to say that we are moving into the right direction.
And on the fight against corruption, PF officials say they are being persecuted. But Mr. MUTALE disagreed that the fight against corruption amounts to persecution.
All this you are seeing is persecution from Mr. Aka in the Ichilema's government, but you are not going to stop talking.
He says most of the people vying for the presidency are recycled politicians who contributed to the downfall of the party.
I don't share that sentiment, I don't. Look, we need to be truthful. If we are to fix our own party, we need to be truthful to ourselves. Okay? When you pray for the rain, you must be prepared to deal with the mud. And this is the mud that we have positioned ourselves. We are looking into it. When you step into the mud that, we didn't expect this one. No, this is the political. It's not that way. And the investigators, well, remember they are hitting the rock as well. Okay? I want to say that one of the officials within the PF some time back that when we had a meeting, he even says the investigators started to coalition. Candidates that are there, they are recycled candidates. And they are not even fit to lead the PF because they are part of the discussion that was there. Right now, it's time to prepare the ground. All of them.
The PF will be holding its convention in June to elect the new party president, Patrick Soko. Camnet News in Lusaka.
Residents of Lima Ward in George Compound, Matero constituency, Wednesday stormed the area councillor's office, Daniel Mwewa, to air out their concerns over poor working conditions at Mount Olive Company. Mount Olive Company is contracted by the Lusaka City Council to clean roads, a company the residents say have failed to live up to their expectations. In their allegations to Camnet TV, those spoken to lamented that the company has failed to provide them with working equipment or even sign any contract to bind their work. Meanwhile, Lima Ward Councillor Daniel Mwewa says no employer is allowed to mistreat his workers.
The Employment Act is an act to provide legislation linking to the employment of persons, to make provision for the engagement of persons on contracts of service and to provide for the form of and enforcement of contracts of service. Despite the act being implemented in Zambia, there are several reports of employers abusing their employees. Today, residents of George Compound in Lusaka province working for Mount Olive, a company that is allegedly contracted by Lusaka City Council to clean the roads, stormed the area ward councillor's office, Daniel Mwewa, to give out their concerns over poor working conditions.
Momentina ambilanchi totinamba mu November, no working suit, parod, no safety dionse, tisebenza na njala, stifola, mati tasenza bwantu, kamtumila phone muntu, akuyangana kuombeni fie. Shara isendala masheni, 2 months stifola, tizanga bwantu nyumba ya rent. Bazi muna watu wachipisha manyumba, kamba timwenda kuseni, mwendo chere ya kubeve mchini. Sasa tifuna ndrama, tipasa ndrama zatu ngasafu na nchito yake, ankale nayo so tabe, isa tipasa ndrama zatu tifole tideke noleka nchito.
Tinapela wosweta, sanga tipele leko na chifundi.
Free. Atipase tabe zatu nga nchito tuzaisi.
Every time I say
When contacted for an interview and representing Mount Olive, Festus Muleza has denied most allegations, stating that the employees were lying.
That's a lie. Who's there?
No, what I'm saying, the group of all your workers, all the 20 workers along that stretch.
Mention them who's there. That's a lie. They all have protective equipment. They have protective equipment. Some of them don't just wear.
No, guys, these same people, this same road, part of the stretch is where I live. So even when I pass, I see these people. They don't even have equipment.
Who's there? Can I have the names for
No, I don't even know the names, but they've just given me your number, all the details, the name of the company and they like.
Meanwhile, Lima Ward Councillor Daniel Mwewa says no employer is allowed to mistreat his workers.
Contract, then from November, they haven't been given PPE. So if you just look at them, they have nothing. They use their own personal brooms. And from November, they've only been paid once for the salary for December. So when they try to engage, their boss, it's either he switch off the phone or he shout at them, claiming to say no, he's untouchable because he was contracted by Lusaka City Council.
The Act is also there to provide protection of wages of employees. Blessings Chakwila, Camnet News, Lusaka.
The Council of Non-Governmental Organizations has accused Permanent Secretary Special Duties Nicholas Piri and Community Development peers Beatrice Dako of cancelling the World NGOs Day that was scheduled to take place on the 27th of February 2022. At a media briefing Wednesday, Council Chairperson McDonald Jipenzi says the cancellation came as a result of a complaint by four NGOs, amongst them NGOCC and ZNAC, that they were excluded in the preparations of the commemoration. Mr. Jipenzi says the cancellation has a negative impact on the people that contribute towards the preparation of the event. He has further appealed to the government to allow NGOs to operate independently in the country.
The Non-Government Organization Day is a universal concept aimed at celebrating the role of NGOs in the development process around the world. During this day that falls on the 27th of February each year, 100 countries participate in the celebration, including Zambia. They share their knowledge and experience through their works, and government uses the day to restate their policy positions. However, Zambia did not participate in this year's NGO Day because it is alleged that the event was cancelled. The Council of Non-Government Organizations have allegedly accused PS Special Duties Nicholas Piri and Community Development and Social Services PS Beatrice Dako of cancelling the event. The information came through the chairperson McDonald Chipenzi.
On the day that we are supposed to celebrate it, it was cancelled there. So postponement is their own vocabulary. And for us now, we are waiting. Maybe postponement can work in the sense that come 2023, we are going to be part of the celebrations. So it has been postponed to 2023 and not any other day in 2022. You know that? Yes. There is the NGOCC, there is the CSPR, and there is Zambia Council for Social Development. Those are the four. And me, I'm a member of Zambia Council for Social Development. He is a member of Zambia Council for Social Development and CSPR. None of us was consulted as individual membership to those networks. We are not consulted.
And Guest Nyurenda, the organizer of the event, is saddened that the event was cancelled.
We need this act as soon as possible rebuilt and replaced, so that is the value. But also we had where NGOs were going to exhibit, you know, a fair where NGOs were going to exhibit their works, so that whoever passes through would be able to appreciate what that particular NGO is doing. So that is value. We're going to also, you know, sell ourselves not only to those that would be around, but also even to the outer world there, the donor community and so on and so forth. But most importantly, I think it is also the coordination that the council plays that would have been the apex, because then we would have collaborated not only with ourselves, but also with government.
It is vital that NGOs participate in the commemoration so that they get equipped with various ideas. Blessings Chakwila, Camnet News, Lusaka.
In other news, Kwacha constituency member of Parliament Joseph Malanji has pleaded with the Constitutional Court to quash the decision of High Court Judge Kazimbe Chenda to declare his election void on reasons that he did not possess a grade 12 school certificate when he was re-elected as Kwacha MP. Mr. Malanji in this case has pleaded against the Lusaka High Court's decision to nullify his seat on grounds that he does not possess a grade 12 school certificate, which is a requirement for standing as member of Parliament. Meanwhile, losing a UPND candidate Charles Zimlenga argues that Mr. Malanji did not exercise his right to bring witness as he was trying to run away from the issues of grade 12 certificate when it was presented to him, hence his appeal should be dismissed for lack of merit. The Constitutional Court has, however, reserved judgment on the 5th of May 2022.
up a spirited fight to defend his election as Kwacha constituency Member of Parliament on the basis that he did possess a Grade 12 certificate, Joseph Malanji now puts his hope in the Constitutional Court to give him a second bite at the cherry. The former Minister of Foreign Affairs has pleaded with the court to quash the decision of the High Court judge to declare his election void on the reason that he did possess a Grade 12 certificate when he was re-elected as Kwacha constituency Member of Parliament. This is in a matter where he has appealed the High Court's decision to nullify his election. When the matter came up for hearing of the appeal Wednesday morning, Mr. Malanji submitted that the trial court abdicated its responsibility and failed to execute its duty by not giving him an opportunity to produce the requisite academic qualifications. He says the trial court should have subpoenaed the chairperson of the Examination Council of Zambia to attest the authenticity of the school certificate. The former Minister of Foreign Affairs argued that the lower court shifted the burden of proof on himself to prove that he did possess a Grade 12 certificate when the petitioner Charles Mulinga of the UPND failed to prove the allegations. Mr. Malanji submits that if the court does not reverse the judgment of the High Court, it will create confusion in the nation in relation to election petitions, as there will be no another mode of providing petitions contrary to the established manner of proving petitions. In his response, Mr. Mulinga, through his lawyer, submits that the lower court was on firm ground when it held that Mr. Malanji did not meet the requirement of Article 71D at the time he was re-elected. He says Mr. Malanji did not exercise his right to bring witnesses as he was trying to run away from the issue of Grade 12 certificate when it was presented to him. Further, that the appeal should be dismissed for lack of merit. The court has reserved judgment for the 5th of May 2022. The judgment will be a determinant for a by-election in Kwacha constituency or whether Mr. Malanji will return his seat. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
PF aspiring President BIZWEL MUTALE charges that his party failed to rebrand itself. Non-state actors annoyed with government's decision to cancel the NGOs Day commemoration. Those were the headlines. Thank you for watching. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Good afternoon.